with Debra Pearl. This is a new season. Come on now, you can see I'm looking fine. I've got on my pink. This is new stuff happening, elevation. So I speak it right into your life. Remember, I always tell you that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. You have been made for a reason and a purpose. This pandemic has brought a lot of pain. It has also brought us to a place where we need to cultivate, broaden ourselves. But I just want to take a moment to everyone who has lost a loved one. I feel you. You know, I can absolutely empathize. I lost my firstborn and I lost my father. And it is not an easy road. It is a journey. So I want to encourage you, whatever you feel as the days go by, feel it. Feel it and feel it. And just know that there are other people praying and backing for you. But right now, new season to make some noise! Woo-hoo! I am so excited. New things are happening. I just want to say to you this quote that I read. It's an African proverb that says, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. If you having smooth seas, you will not become skillful as you are right now. And I have here with me someone who has not have, listen to my has, have, had, not. Who, you didn't have a smooth sea in this season. So I want us to make some noise for none other, Morgan Dennison!
Here we go.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Finally.
me. I'm so blessed to be. I'm sitting here and I'm in awe of what God has done through your life. And this beautiful show, just having to be here.
It's good news.
It's good news. It's good news. The Bible even says that. Blessed are the feet of those who preach the good news.
I can't run from it, you know.
So
My father did the good news. Now I'm doing the good news. Maybe same message, different method. You know what I mean? That time they didn't have these cameras and stuff.
Exactly. They didn't have anything. I mean, that was the spool.
Exactly.
A spool. You had to go develop
Then
it.
you have to wait.
You have to wait.
What did you bring me today?
I brought you one of my favorite things to snack on. It's soup.
Okay.
Kappa soup.
Come on.
And I just love it because
This is mine. Let's open.
I just love
And check it out, guys. This is kappa soup. Why do you love it?
Because it's healthy.
Yeah.
I assume. It keeps me. I'm trying to lose weight, so
Okay.
I take a cup of this. It's better to snack on this than on
That's great stuff.
on chocolates and chips.
I
and
know.
all the stuff that you.
It's always the easiest things to do.
And it's easy, yeah, exactly. Because you're in studio. And
No, I mean the chocolates are always the
no,
easiest.
yeah, the comfort foods. The comfort foods are always easy. And,
Whoa.
I just thought, no.
This is divine.
Let me bring you this.
Let's taste.
Something that I love.
You know I love food. I love life. Wow. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers.
The Debra
Debra
Pearl
Pearl,
thing.
Debra Pearl,
Woo,
Debra Pearl,
come on,
Debra
make some
Pearl.
noise,
I
Debra
love
Pearl.
it.
We're elevating, man.
I love it.
The reason I got Morgan to come on the show is to speak to us about his good news.
Yeah,
But before we go into that,
yeah.
who is Morgan Dennison?
Morgan Dennison is a husband
Right?
to Celeste Dennison. A
Makes
son
lick-
to the
She makes
past.
like a cook sisters. Eh?
Yes, it's a pity she didn't make. I was going to bring you some of that as
Exactly.
well, but anyway,
Next time, please.
I will definitely bring you that. And I'm a worshiper, singer, songwriter, musician, and I'm totally in love with Jesus.
Come on.
Totally in love with Jesus. So.
And since what age was that?
I got saved at the age of 9 years old by Reverend Roman, the old Reverend Roman. He
Was
led
that
me
in retreat? Which area?
in retreat? Yeah, in retreat, First Avenue. He led me to the Lord, and I didn't know at the time what was happening. It was it was just before Sunday school, and he made this altar call, and he was talking about life after death, and I don't know how I even ended up in the front.
Wow.
And he led me to the Lord, and I will never get it as long as I live.
That's a great story. Listen now, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Heathfield.
Yeah.
We lived there for about almost 28 years.
Yeah.
I grew up there, went to school there, primary school there. And that was because my father, and there's nothing wrong with all the other areas, my father was adamant he wanted his children not to see and experience what he experienced growing up.
Yeah.
And as long, you as parents always want the best for your children, and you want, but life gets you, man. Stuff happens, and the enemy, as ook daar, hy kyk maar ook.
What you can do.
So I grew up in Heathfield my whole life.
But now you are also you become this music producer.
Yeah.
You know?
It wasn't a planned thing. I only started music at the age of 18. I was singing, yes.
Yeah.
For my whole life. I was singing in choirs.
Move your body.
I was singing in choirs, I was singing in the youth. But never did I think that it's going to be a career or even something I'm going to do as a full-time thing. I always thought I'm going to be an architect because I can draw very well.
Oh.
It's not that I can't do it. It's just where God placed me at the moment. I thought I was going to be an Olympic star because I could run very well. I was a sprinter.
Wow.
I could run very well. And I always thought, and then I tore both my hamstrings at the age of 18 at the Western Province Finals. And when I tore both hamstrings, that's when I started pursuing music. I started playing guitar. My mother taught me how to play guitar.
Wow.
And
I
those
never
days,
knew she could play.
she can play, well, 3 chords, G, C, and Christ. 3 chords.
Do you know that my mom
Okay.
taught my eldest brother the 3 chords that my dad taught her.
Wow.
My dad doesn't play technically, the accordion.
Okay.
3 chords my dad taught my mother.
Yeah.
My mother taught Nikki, my eldest brother.
Okay.
He went on to play the organ and every other instrument.
Yeah.
And then it went on us. 3 chords.
Look at it. Exactly. I also started with the 3 chords.
My gosh.
Alle nasies moet die Here dien. That was it.
That's all you need.
And
GC Christ.
And my mother taught me that. And then eventually I started catching this and I started loving. And in that year, while I was waiting for my hamstrings to heal, I pursued music. It took 1 year for my hamstrings to come right. And I started pursuing music, and then I started loving music. I started writing. The very first song I wrote for was for my mother. The very first song I wrote for her.
But isn't it amazing that brings the scripture to mind that says the steps of a righteous man are ordered of the Lord. So you can do what you want to do. Go ahead. But if God orders your steps, you can go this way, then he'll just slightly move you. Hy gee gou vir jou 'n hamstring.
Yeah.
En hy trek jou terug.
True.
Just to
amazing.
bring you back, hey? But your dad, I remember him since primary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's inevitable, man, that I was going to end up being something in the gospel because my father was a singer. My father was an evangelist.
Absolutely.
He eventually became a pastor. I moved with him in tents, same like your dad. I mean, I moved everywhere. My father used to Pinksterkinders van Manings gekom. Hulle trek 'n gitaar in jou hand, sê speel. Jy kan nie reg speel nie, maar jy moet speel. And that was the upbringing. That was our culture, if you can call it that.
And at that time, don't you think you're like, wow, this is a bit too strict, man. This is too hectic.
I hated church.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to sit and say I loved every moment. I loved Michael Jackson. I was listening to my father used to hit me when he found out that I listened to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because it was Jimmy Swaggart and Andre Couch.
Come on. That's right. And Dallas Holmes a little.
Yes, and then that time it was Hawkman's.
Yeah.
And then I used to copy on a Jimmy Swaggart cassette Michael Jackson to hide it from my dad.
You're in trouble.
And I'm listening here, remember the time, all the stuff. And one day I'm still listening and I'm doing my moves because I used to love dancing.
All right.
And while I'm dancing in bed, kom my pan, luister sy dit twak, pa, And I was like, yo, that is not just music,
But today, I think that was such a good schooling for us. Because you are so well balanced.
I'm telling you.
And you know when to do what.
Exactly.
That is always for me what the Pentecostal did for me.
They did a lot of stuff wrong, but in the right way, if it makes sense.
Yeah, and it worked out for us.
That's why I even tell my brother-in-laws now, I always tell them, listen, moenie jou kinders, don't spare the rod. I mean, we came out of
we 8 kids, eh?
Yeah.
Nothing goes past.
Yeah.
Good news with Debra Paul, Morgan Dennison. Hey everyone, we're back. Good news with Debra Paul, Morgan Dennison. We're just chatting about his life and a guy who comes from Heathfield and your music
Yeah.
When was your first? You songwriter as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
So when was the first song?
Very first song, like I said, I wrote was for my mother at the age of 12, and I sang it on a Mother's Day.
What was it called? Mother.
It's called Mother You.
Come on.
Mother You. Simple chorus and.
How does it go? The chorus.
Mother You, you've always been so special to me. I love you till the end of time, and even though I'll never show how much I love you, but I do. It's a whole
Sounds
melody.
like Jackson 5 going on here. Eh?
Yeah, but I'm still recovering from.
I know.
But but that's the first song, and I told my mother to stand in front of the whole church. I was nervous. I was beavering here with the guitar, and I'm singing. And I said, listen, I'm singing to my mother, but it's actually for all the mothers on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And it was a whole emotional thing. Everyone
I
was
can
crying.
imagine. And it went from
And
there.
I'm 12 years old with this big guitar in my hand and trying to play the song, nervous. But yeah, that was the very first song. And I never ever thought that I'll be a songwriter until someone said, listen, you write good songs.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of making a career out of it? Did you ever think of selling it? Did you ever think? I said, no, I never ever thought of it.
You went on to make a career out of it, which is not always easy.
Look, I'm
in
telling
Cape
you,
Town, eh?
God has graced me, man. I'm blessed to be I've worked with some of the best artists in Cape Town, and not only in Cape Town, in Johannesburg.
Mention a few.
Kululi Bebe of
Righto.
Johannesburg,
Wow.
his Joy Celebration. I work with the likes of Camilo, Samuel Weber. I mean,
What's it
Don
other,
Vino. There's
the
singers,
fathers?
Clay Phillips,
Yeah.
Zayn Mias, which is also my spiritual father for the past 9 years now.
Yeah.
I've written a few stuff with him.
You guys have a project?
Yes, we call it the Fatherhood Foundation of South Africa.
And
And
what
I've
does
been
that
moving
do?
with him. It's very well. We move all around South Africa, dealing with family issues. We got a motto: winning families, one man at a time.
Wow.
You know, because we believe that the last counterattack of the enemy is to destroy families.
Totally.
And because it's been a counterattack from day one. They will do this. Jesus or God
That
does
starts
this
with the head, man.
all the time. And the last counterattack, the enemy thinks is going to destroy families because you don't have family altars anymore. People live distance life, children don't have relationship with, and it's a whole lot of the issues that we pick up within our
And
society.
what I find really interesting is that it's like I always see Morgan Dennison and Zayn Mias.
Yeah,
It's two men,
yeah,
male figures.
yeah,
It's such a beauty for me, you know,
Yeah.
that you guys are spearing this.
yeah.
Because obviously the two of you have good fatherhood histories and,
Yeah.
you know, that kind
And
of thing.
funny enough, you say that. I had a good father. Zayn never did that. His father died when he was 12.
Wow.
So he grew up with 6 sisters. And he was looking for this father figure
Yeah.
within other men of God.
Wow.
And by the grace of God, you surround yourself by powerful men and you learn from the,
And how amazing it's always to me, Morgan, how these great ventures,
yeah,
they ignite out of a need.
correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like I find sometimes if I write a song,
Yeah.
it's something that I need. So now I write a song.
And you always
But
write
then
from-
it flows into what
Exactly.
the people need.
Exactly.
Okay? And you're just that instrument, that
Yeah.
vessel.
I wrote a song called Defeat of Sin, which was written as a reference to God. But now I'm finding that people, when I sing the song or I do the song, people normally, they like, because it says, we walk in the light of the written word, understanding we are in Christ is just fair because he pays the price 2,000 years ago to make us see and understand that what good is a man that wins the world but loses his soul to eternal hell. So what's the use? Or the meaning of fame, is it money, cars, and material things? So remember, fame might be in this world, but my Bible clearly says we're not of this world. So I'd
Yeah.
rather have my Jesus than money or fame
Come
because
on.
my reward lies at the end.
So they feel.
So now people feel that whenever
Absolutely.
I minister or I talk to schools, I do this normally.
But it started with you.
It started with
it's
me,
like
yes. It
for
started with
me.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, you went on to study
Yeah.
sound engineering,
Yeah.
etc.
Yes, and you know, at the time when I wanted to study, I said, Lord, how am I get this money? Because it was like 5,500 a month. I'm at school.
How long ago was that?
I was
20
18.
years.
Ik is nog 40.
No, that's decades, brother.
I don't want to get them. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, so I did 2 jobs and my father helped me, you know. And lucky for me, my father didn't question it. Hey, how can you make money out of music?
Yeah.
Well, my father wasn't that guy. You get that guy.
You get that guy.
My father wasn't that guy. You know, you want to do. And for that whole year of studying, I studied at one of the best colleges in Cape Town, under a guy called Michael Slater. He's got a beautiful school in Durbanville, and I got my degree there.
Wow.
And I'm telling you,
In the sound engineering.
in sound engineering, I got my
Wow.
degree. My final mix, I was, because of our live experiences of doing 10 crusades and stuff, that played a massive role in my final practical when I did my sound engineering.
Where you had to practically do
Yeah, they gave me a song of U2. They give you the raw files
Yeah.
of a group called U2, and then you have to mix it. And they phoned me up the week later, or 2 days later, after I did my final practical in the main studio actually. And they said, listen, you're the only student in your class that got 100% for your final
What?
master mix. And we want to recognize that, yeah.
Cheers to that,
That's
man.
God, man.
Cheers, man.
That's God. And that was only because of understanding what life is about, understanding what's happening.
Look here, the 10 campaigns are live, my man.
I'm telling you, en hulle sit toe in die woo,
You think something goes right here, then you hear a boom there, boom.
And I know your father and my father, hulle sê, wat is dit? Hoe kan jy reg? So voor die mense, hulle skel sommer uit, you know? So
I'm like, here, service class. I always look at the sound guys, and
Yeah.
I always tell myself, I never want to be a sound
and let me
person.
tell you, the worst thing is, your parents can't even speak proper English. My father will say, hey, download this mic. There's a lot of backfeed happening here. You know? So he used to laugh. And I said, lach, word jy van my nog?
Yo, it's hectic, man. But those, like I said earlier, man, it's the smooth seas.
Yeah.
Do not make skillful sailors.
I mean,
And look at that skillful sailor you
I
are
promise
now.
we're skillful today because of those guys for minding us in the verkeerde way.
Yeah, yeah. And it was right.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
appreciated that.
I loved it, man.
Tell me quickly about
Yeah.
the you got 100%,
Yeah.
and
it
then
was-
what? Remember you said something about Michael Jackson. When we
Yeah,
had a
no,
chat.
Michael Slater is involved. He's one of the master engineers of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Come on.
So it was a great privilege for me to study under him. And the words he told me when I graduated, yeah,
It just feels like
when I graduated, he told me, listen, you've got a career in live engineering.
wow.
Stay there. Do it.
Oh.
And he even told me, if I have the money one day, you will come set it up for me. That's how much that man believed in me. So I just thank God.
Do you have the money yet?
Ja, ek vertrou nog nie.
Come on. We speak it. You're gonna get Michael Slater soon.
I see. I've got a studio though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got my studio.
You got your
yeah.
studio where?
In Dennison, it's in Zikufle at the moment. And that's where I work. That's what I do every day of my life. I record people. I try to make people's dreams come true. You know.
That's what I love when I see your projects. Like you say,
Yeah.
you want to make people's dreams come true.
Yeah, you know why it started? Because there was a sister from Namakwaland. Her desire was just to have a song.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said, I got the tools, let's just record the
Come
song.
on.
And after I recorded the song, that lady burst out crying tears. She couldn't believe this is her on a CD.
Yeah.
Because a CD is a big deal. And there's thousands of those people. They can't afford these studios. They can't. And I said, Lord,
And you have that art.
I want to be a community studio. I know I need money, Lord, but let me help the community. And that's what I'm currently doing for
And
the
you
past
know-
10 years.
And it just shows
Yeah.
that your gifting and your talent
Yeah.
is for you, but not just for you.
No.
Good news with Debra. Yeah, we're back. This is Good News with Debra Pearl. I've got Morgan Dennison here with me, and we are making some noise. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
reason to make some noise, man. Morgan, the
Yeah.
big reason why I actually got you here, because I
Yeah.
wanted you to just talk to me about your COVID-19
Whew. Oh man, this is
experience.
a very.
Because when I
yeah.
saw the post on Facebook and you said pray for me, I was like, oh Lord, yeah, I'm praying.
Look, I'll be honest with you. It's something that I don't take lightly. God has really changed me completely. I turned around death's door twice.
What?
I was rushed twice to the hospital with no breath. This is something I'm still recovering from. I'm being cleared by the grace of God. Thank you.
Amen.
But it took a month for me to clear. It's from this sickness is as real as we're sitting here today, and I've experienced that. And when you go through something like this, you just have other understanding. And the Bible, God gave me a scripture while I was sick and I couldn't breathe. I was in the ambulance and Matthew 6 came to my mind. And the Bible says that Jesus says thrice, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Whoa.
He says, look at the lilies, I clothe them. Look at the birds, I feed them. What more your Father in heaven will do for you? And that was my blessed hope. And let me tell you, I'm going very fast through this thing. When I got into the hospital, the first thing they do, and whoever tells you they're going to die there, it's a lie. You're not going to die at the hospital.
Exactly.
They are brilliant nurse, and they're doing their best to keep people alive.
Absolutely.
When I got there, the nurse was very professional. They said, listen, did you know that this vein is an oxygen vein? Never ever knew it.
Me
And
neither.
They explained to me, this is your oxygen vein. And they inject you here to see that you have, how much oxygen you have in your blood.
So that's the only oxygen.
There's, I don't know.
Yeah, but they will always
explained
go
to me,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they poke it in there and they say, listen, if your oxygen is under 90 now, here in your blood, you have to go on the ventilators. They don't just put you onto the oxygen because I couldn't breathe. My oxygen was under 88. It's supposed to be 95%. I'm under 88%. I could, and you're talking like that all the time. And it's a scary reality because I had 2 panic attacks, I had anxiety, and I believe that God allowed me to experience that. Because Debra, as a worshipper, and you're a singer, you're a worshipper, when we sing, we normally just sing because we love the song and people's receiving, but we do not understand what a person goes through that's got anxiety, panic attacks. A panic attack, I had the first time in my life, I've never had a panic attack. You calm here, but your heart is going just like this. And you're saying, the doctor's saying, relax, relax. You're trying to relax, but you can't.
Gosh.
You
Because
can't
there's
breathe.
so much happening.
You can't breathe. And a guy comes in. A guy comes in. An hour later, they close him up with a body bag. That plays with your mind. That
Gosh.
messed me up. So COVID
So
to
you're
me.
thinking, am I next?
Yes, and everyone's thinking that. My wife is crying. My father, for the first time, broke down. He couldn't talk to me. Just gave the phone to my mother on a video call. He broke down. And to see that reality was crazy. Was crazy. It messes with your mind. COVID is more than sickness.
Yeah.
It's a mind thing as
It
well.
creates the anxiety, the fear.
Exactly. Everyone that got that must remember, whoever's got COVID, do not lose the battle in your mind.
That's
I've
right.
experienced it.
That's right.
Stay positive. Put off social media. Put off negativity. Talk to people that survived this. That's what brought me through.
Wow.
And the soup that we're drinking.
Exactly.
Because you can't eat it.
No. And obviously the prayers of your family and your loved ones.
oh.
Gosh.
I don't want to cry now.
And
Yeah.
you know, it was because I was keeping myself posted on what Celeste, your
Yeah.
wife, was posting, and she was like, he's okay, but just keep praying.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Lord, just bring him completely through. I get goosebumps right now.
I'm telling you.
But
Couldn't move. Debbie, you're laying like this. You try to move like this. It's an effort. You can't move. You can't breathe.
yeah,
Even coming up the stairs to the studio here was an effort.
that's why
You
that
know?
song that says, every breath I take,
Telling you.
you know.
I was singing, this is the air I breathe, Lord.
Yeah.
All the time.
Like, how can you sing if you have no breath?
I wasn't singing, I was singing in my mind. But
I
I was
always-
like, it was playing on my tab, it was playing all the time. The
This
music
is
was
my
playing.
thing I always ask. What separates the dead from the living?
Oh,
It's breath.
breath.
And
Telling
in
you.
our case, it's the breath
Just
of
to breathe.
life, of the breath of God.
I went to the beach, I just breathed. I said, Lord, at that moment when I couldn't breathe, nothing mattered. Success, money, business, nothing mattered. I just wanted to breathe.
What has this experience taught you?
Woo, that we are hopeless without God. I love God more than anything else, more now than anything else. We can't live without God.
I love this
Appreciate that.
testimony.
It's deeper. I
And
wish we had more time.
I know.
I wish
know.
we had more time.
And I love talking to you every time. It's lekker, you know? Good news with Debra, so something exciting. Thank you. Woohoo! Good news with Debra Paul. Make some noise.
Yeah.
I so enjoyed my time with you. Hey?
Thanks for having me, Debbie.
This
Really.
is going to be such a awesome song that you're going to do for us.
Yeah. It's a
Ruler?
song, ruler of everything.
Why that song?
It's a song God laid on my heart. I mean, because He's the ruler of everything. We're
Yeah,
nothing without God. He
absolutely.
saved me. He saved me from death. What more?
Come
I
on.
mean, our dependence on Him.
Totally.
And I'm just going to give reverence to Him with a song.
That's right. Remember when we started the show, I opened up with the African verb that says that smooth seas
Yeah.
do not make skillful sailors.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to remember, but yes.
You go on and sail, sailor.
Come
We
on.
meet on the shores again. But where can we get you?
You can get me on Facebook. I've got a website, morgandennison.co.za. Twitter, at Morgan Dennison. You can get me on any social platform. All
Come
my music
on.
is available on all platforms. So yeah. That's
I'll
it.
see you again. We chat soon. Good news with Debra Paul. Peace.
With my whole heart, I worship you. With my arms high, I praise. In your presence, Lord, I long to be. 'Cause you're ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. Oh Lord, ruler of everything. I was carefully chosen. I was fearfully made. And on your word, oh Lord, I live my life. 'Cause you're ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. I give you my praise, oh Lord, 'cause you're worthy. You renew my mind, my life made me whole. To you all the glory goes, Holy One. 'Cause you're a God of a second chance. Oh Lord, ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. 'Cause you've been so good all my life. With all my soul, I worship you, oh Lord, you've been so